Call the meeting to order and begin with the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. First item is going to be the approval of the agenda, and we'll add Steve Howe from the Highway Garage in after as 4B after the minutes. Is there any other additions, modifications to the agenda? I would entertain a motion to accept the agenda as modified.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Sean Scott is not here.
Who's he?
He is the guy who runs the GIS system. And he also is setting up, this is something right now where the ambulances will be tracked so that the dispatch can tell them where to go, what to do, where the calls come from, to direct them in the right place. And he had sent an email requesting to come to one of our meetings, he may be out of town, to explain how we may be able to get some of that service for little or no cost.
Okay.
So I'll reach back out to him. That's what he was offering. We also, just today, Cradle Point is another app they're going to put on all those ambulances, and they're looking, they do it through cell phones connectivity. So I don't know whether the GIS and that Cradle Point, I think they both can work off the same signal, but I need to confirm that. And then we are working in conjunction with Tel City and their dispatch service to make sure everything plays well together.
Okay, we understand it's running off all the cell phones.
Yeah. Now the
Is
question,
that personal cell phones or is that
no,
cell phone?
we'll have to buy like a cell phone service for each ambulance.
Okay.
And then the question's going to become, do we buy one service? Do we buy two services because it's spotty coverage depending on where you're at and what that cost will be. So they're looking into that. I don't have any numbers on it. They're calling us, looking into those costs.
Okay.
So, John's not here, so we'll move on to the minutes from 9/3/2024. Is there any additions or modifications to that document?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second that motion.
Motion and a second to approve the minutes as presented. All those in favor? Next item we have is health claims in the amount of.
Oh, you got Steve in there, don't you?
Oh, you're right.
Don't you
That's
forget
why you're
Steve.
hanging around. Steve, get up here and break our heart.
Steve's sweating.
You almost thought you'd have to stay to the end of the meeting. I think he's working for you.
Our heating, or the AC and the heating unit on the EMS side of the building went out yesterday. Got Keith Fraser, the service crew, come out, give me an estimate of $5,980 to replace both units inside and out, and said it would be a lot more efficient units than what's in there now. And we don't have the money in our building repairs to replace it, so I'm gonna ask you. Probably with that building fund, you got that money for building repairs.
Yeah, that's set aside.
Yeah.
That's the purpose of it.
That's right.
I mean, I kind of envisioned something bigger than this, but it is.
Well, there's just something they gotta have. When it's necessary.
Is it the other dollars that one-time fund sets there, or is it
No,
extra?
what it is we set aside in our last 2 years
Okay,
ed
yeah.
plan,
Yeah.
$125,000 so that we could maintain these county properties, because as it was going, every time a Steve witnesses pops up, there's nothing to fix anything, whether it's a roof, whether it's a pavement or whatever it is. So we started setting that money back. And I know we weren't going to use it for little minor things, but if we don't have the money, we need to fix it.
That's the best. I make a motion to use it, that.
Yeah, it's
Ed Dollar.
building maintenance, that's what it is.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion and a second to pay for the repair at the North Station for the ambulance service out of the set-aside edit repair funds. All those in favor?
Aye.
Steve, how quickly can he get on that?
Is it a week or two, this unit?
Okay,
You just tried to replace the coil in the inside unit, it's not available, it's on back order, and he said it's, we need to update it.
if it was 11 years old, you know, it's,
He said this would be a lot more efficient for the heating and cooling.
You don't know if it's, was aluminum coils, do you? Or whether it was copper?
I got a couple copies of this.
I'm just curious what was in there. A lot of times they went.
could you send us that, estimate, please?
Give me one, I made some.
Don't worry. You own it, you Maryland on it, ain't you? Sometimes.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So do I need to do, okay, so.
Think you're one of those,
Well, he's going to pay the immediate.
But do what I'm thinking here, do I need to do an appropriation for the October meeting for the council? So if I do an appropriation for the October meeting, then we should be good with any invoices that we get.
Well, he'll order it in taking a week or so, and we'll be into October for you. I think within 30 days.
So we'll be good.
We'll be-
I was just trying to think for that edit, do I need to do an appropriation or do that?
That's a good question, because it's kind of the commissioner's money. And it is in an edit plan already. But when Steve comes in and gets his road dollars, he always goes through the process.
Both of them, so we'll just do both of them, just to be safe. So I'll just do that.
Okay, the next item up we have is health claims in the amount of $41,341.84.
Make a motion.
We have a motion, we have a second.
second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Payroll for 9/9/2024 in the amount of $186,558.91.
Make a motion.
I'll second that.
The motion and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Payroll withholdings for the 9/09/2024 payroll withholdings in the amount of $40,412.39.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Motion and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
And the next one is, we've had a little modification on this here. It's in the accounts payable. It's for September 17th, 2024, and the claim docket shows $1,967,546.80. Chris did her calculations correctly. But what it is that part of this is, one of the biggest chunk that comes out of this is for E&B paving. 800,000 plus, and then we're buying the equipment. It's the Zoll equipment for the ambulances, and they gave us the opportunity to save 2% on the cost if we got them paid within 15 days. And Chris is getting it through the system, so
There you go.
we can save that 2% on a substantial amount of money. So that's
Yeah,
why
that can add up.
that's why you have a variance in the cost from what she had printed here before. So I'd entertain a motion to approve the accounts payable as revised.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second that motion.
Motion and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Next item up is the internet service, increasing the speed. I've interpreted that correctly, it's $20 a month.
Then Kelly's shaking her, or
Is that wrong?
Kelly's shaking her head. Yeah.
Did I misinterpret it?
Is that for just here at the courthouse or?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's basically for the system. Greg Darbo suggested that we up our speed, because right now we have 100 download and then 25 upload. The next level would be the 300 download and the 50 upload. He said it would be smoother, it'd be clearer, and then
And how
he's
much is
also
that
counting
cost?
about the prosecutor's office coming here to be included.
Well, did you say that will include the prosecutor's office coming or not?
That's what he said would help when they do come here.
Oh.
That would be a good level for us to be at,
No, but that will take care of the whole.
the whole courthouse.
It's just faster. What ends up happening is, and I don't know whether they'll do this here since they're in the building, but a lot of times they electronically go through the court procedures and there's a lot of streaming goes on.
Yep.
And the faster, the clearer, the better it all
Well,
works.
even if you notice, if you watch back the stream or watching streams at home, sometimes they're fuzzy and blurry.
Somebody blamed it on the clock, yes, no.
Well, we know what the clock issue is, but, it has to be on Scarlet.
So what's our
So the
cost
price
going?
difference is $80 a month.
$80.
It increases. Right now, we're at $195, and with, the next level, it's $199.95, and that's with a $20 monthly credit to come to that $199.95
That'll be for everything, Fred.
for the internet.
Now, my question is that's probably budgeted out of utilities? Or is it out of-
We have a phone and internet line in your guys' budget, so,
And so where are we on that?
for this, yeah, we'll have to change it for this,
Well,
I don't have it checked.
That's what I'm saying is I think a better speed would be better, but it needs to be, because when you switch it up, we make sure we have funds set aside to service the bill.
We had the 18,600. So we do the math, because I had that divided out to where it was gonna do it, or it was gonna cover, it's been covering it for 2024, so basically we go to 200 times 12. Or that's not all of it though, that's not the telephone number. I think it's just, if it starts in October, you have October, November, December to increase $80.
We just need to, we can handle
For
that,
this
we
year.
just need to make sure that the council is
For next
aware
year.
that
Mhm.
it's gonna be a little higher
We're in the midst of
amount so that
so
they include that in.
we'll make them aware tomorrow.
Can that be paid by the year, does it just actually have to be paid by the month?
She usually pays it by the month, it's included in on the billing myself, yeah.
I'm wondering if they would give me some type of a discount or whatever for, if you did pay by the year.
We can check, I don't believe so.
Okay. So some places do if you pay more at one time. But they might be worth checking into.
So, are we interested in that process? And I'd entertain a motion to increase the speed. Basically, you're more than doubling.
I make a motion.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Next item up is the United Way can drive. And, from what I read on that, correct me if I'm wrong, during the month of October, the United Way is carrying out a can drive. They're also gonna do some decorating of cans and have a judging, the best decoration of that. And the beneficiary is the food pantries here in the county. So we share it among them and hopefully they'll collect a lot of food.
Or to make sure you're okay with us doing this in the Prince area or Atrium area.
Or just we're gonna go down out here.
Yeah, we're gonna, the courthouse together's gonna collect food cans and whatever, and then, build our sculpture.
Or
There's
was it
kind
a
of-
contest or
Yeah.
something? Okay.
So I just wanna make sure, you know. you guys are
Main
okay
thing
with
is we don't affect fire exits. Other than that.
it. So if we put it where we had the Christmas tree thing.
I'd entertain a motion to allow the, we call it a sculpture.
Sculpture.
In the
I wanna see it.
atrium of the courthouse.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion and second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Next item we have up here is we had our, what may be our last meeting, but an ARP advisory committee meeting with these recommendations. On the last round, to use up the remainder of the money, we had suggested that possibly we could make it go farther if we did dollar for dollar matches to help some of the other local groups. And the people on that list were the Leopold Conservation Club for $5,000, Perry County Council on Aging for $5,000, the Tell City Historical Society for $4,500, the Oak Traditional House for $1,354, Perry County Fairgrounds for $5,000, Candleton Food Pantry for $2,634, Central Perry Fire Department $5,000, Perry County, Indiana Habitat for Humanity $5,000, Perry County Museum $2,500 for a total of $35,988. And basically, I'll hit on a few of these. The Conservation Club at Leopold is going to renovate their restrooms so it's handicap accessible. Perry County Council on Agency is going to get some software where they can interact with their people that visit, get them more active, and it's going to be kind of a way to manage and to encourage more people to participate in their group.
They can do their inventory too, like how many visited for this and how many visited for that.
So it'll be a good way for them to help manage their business. The Historical Society is putting on some locks that are broke, some scanning equipment, some computers, so they can scan some of their old documents into an electronic format so it's easier to access. The traditional Oaks Traditional House, this is some laptops and some internet services they're providing for their building up in Canada. The fairgrounds are looking to put up a sign, electronic sign. That's used for. The Candleton Food Pantry needs some work to be done on a truck that they recently purchased so they can, I think, primarily go to Evansville and pick up produce and different products. The Central Perry Fire Department wants to replace a large group of hoses because they are getting aged out. Habitat for Humanity, pretty much straightforward, going to build another house. This contributes a small amount towards that. And the museum is renovating another room up there, and it's going to cost them about $5,000. So we're proposing putting the $2,500 from the ARP funds as a match for that. So, any other questions about this?
I think this all went to the remaining went to some good organizations. And I'm glad that they got spread out. I did.
Agree with Becky. So is that a motion?
Yeah, that'd be a motion.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion and a second to approve the matching grant recommendation. All those in favor?
Aye.
The next item up, the remainder of the money we had, we had allocated a little more for matching that didn't get requested. So we rolled that over into a governmental needs. And we have the Perry County Parks and Rec requested $25,600. That is for new lawnmowers that's wider, so we'll pick up a little faster cuts and a little more efficiency and some new blowers. The Perry County Highway Department came in with some requests for salt beds, and they recommended purchasing one salt bed for $20,000. And then the Perry County Solid Waste, which is our technology on this, they recommended $23,412. And that gets us started on some things that makes the operation very well efficient. So is there any questions with those? And those are not a matching grant, those are just a flat grant. We'll just pay it.
Because it goes into county funds, right?
It's all county.
I'm good with it, so I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
The next item I have here from the ARP Advisory Committee was that they suggested taking, because the needs of solid waste are substantial, that any remaining funds in the ARP prior to the end of the year, we transferred into the solid waste capital project. What that in essence will do is like we have out right now, and I think they'll make it $100,000 matching grant for the Rome courthouse. From what I've talked to them, I think they'll make it, but in the event they were a little short or something happened, the leftovers, we may get a little on the ambulance service because we get a 2% discount. There may be a little money there, and they just suggested that was just transferred into the solid waste capital projects to buy some things.
I do want to say, with the Rome Courthouse, those two little ladies, you need money, go talk to them, because they know how to get it. Yeah. Miss Minnie Fiddler, and I think that is, but anyway, they have really worked their tails off to get that Rome Courthouse going.
They're working.
Yes.
Good to see.
So.
Yep.
Any other questions? I'd entertain a motion to accept the transfer of the remaining funds to the solid waste capital.
I'll make that motion.
Second,
Motion and second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. The next thing is we're gonna get into our solid waste. I wanna kind of go over, just to get the public up to speed with what's been going on. What all started this was whenever we finally got numbers, there was tonnages, tags, operating costs, all those things that it seemed not to really add up to make sense on how that operation was functioning. And I look at it like, it's kind of like when you have your vehicle and it starts smoking from underneath the hood, you're gonna pop the hood open and see what's going on. So we popped the hood open. Here's some of the things, I just made note of them so I don't forget them, but some of the things we discovered today. We discovered approximately $30,000 in cash and undeposited checks, which was good. Glad to hear that. We found that 2 of the 3 office computers were not working, and we don't know how long they weren't working. Services that have been provided to customers have not been billed. So we have some billing that needs to go out. Those are positive to the cash amount. We also have about $50,000 in unpaid bills. We didn't realize we had.
and some of these bills were from last year.
Yeah.
In 2023.
We have maintenance that has not been carried out on the equipment. Our waste really has not been efficiently managed, and as an example of that, Cannleton has no compactor. So everything leaves in bulk form. So it's never squeezed, and everybody has to squeeze their trash, and we don't. So it makes a lot more trips and a lot more expense for us. We have bins up there for recycling that's just way too small. Constantly they're coming with the Bobcat to the dumpster, to the location, bringing it back. And if they're just doing way too much of that, it should be about 1 of those trips instead of 5 trips. We have out at Branchville, there has been several times, one with these invoices we got, where the compactor, we have a compactor there, but it wasn't full. Our main cost for taking our waste is the transportation. So if we haul it to the landfill and it's half empty, it's expensive versus getting it full and then hauling it. We've had some vandalism at some sites that we need to address. And we've got 10 dumpsters that we've been paying for since 2008, and we're at odds as to why we've been doing this.
The dumpsters aren't, I can vouch for that. I went around, I have a list of them, and I went around to each dumpster site where they're supposed to be here in the main city and counting. One I could not find, the address is an empty lot, down on 7th Street. two of them, there's supposed to be 8-yard dumpsters, two of them are 4-yard. I went to a couple of these businesses and asked them, you know, how often do they dump that? They said, we don't know, we don't use it. So it's just been sitting there at cost of the whole lot. I mean, you know, it's what, how much is it a month? It's thousands a month.
It's, our cost for these things here, the most inexpensive one costs us $85. And then the most expensive one is $219.90. And that's a monthly charge.
Yeah.
So,
But I don't guess,
and this has been ongoing since 2008.
I mean, if they're not being used, we want Waste Management to come get them. If they're not being used, I mean, why? Solid Waste has trailers that we can take to these businesses for their cardboard, just like Noble's, IGA down here. They have a trailer that, from Solid Waste, it's a caged trailer. They have one of these 8-yard dumpsters down there from Waste Management. They also have another 8-yard dumpster from another dumpster service, but they don't even use it. I mean, this ain't making no sense.
This one invoice that I'm looking at right now is for April, and the current charges were $1,936.14 for these dumpsters. That's something that I'd like for us to take action on tonight. The other thing is I pulled one out. This is an April one from Branchville, and they picked up the compacted material on the 7th, the 14th, the 21st, and the 28th, which tells you that they were just picking it up every week, regardless of whether the tube was full or not. And the cost, every time this cycles through the system, is a little over $600. $610. There one here at $680. The main cost is the travel. 705, yeah.
Yeah.
So if we watch that, and we are now, if we cut our trips in half, we'll cut our cost probably by 40%.
Mhm.
We're assuring right now, and Travis out of Branchville is counting the bags.
No, he's doing a really good
He's
job.
making sure that we get the right quantities in there before they get called to get them picked up. So
It's about 1,000 bags,
between 900 and 1,000.
between 900 and 1,000 bags to fill a compactor.
And he just
For them to come get the tube.
moved it today, and it was 953.
Yeah.
So he's counting them, doing what we asked him to do, and we're getting there. But we just we've got some efficiencies that we've got to work on to whether it's Candleton has to get a compaction system,
Yes. Absolutely.
and we may need to own one out of Branchville, because I think we can probably operate it a little less than what Waste Management charges us.
Probably a whole lot less.
Yes. And the trash tag sales have, I don't know what it is, but they went through the roof. I've been a courier for a few different places to deliver these trash tags. And in the last 2 weeks, two and a half weeks, I've delivered over 3,500 tags. 3,500 at $1.50 a piece. So, and it's being all done at, I don't handle any money. They are invoiced. The tags, when I pick them up, get a piece of paper, this number tag to this number tag is going to this place. They sign it down at the CPA's office. They sign it, I sign it, Kerr, and wherever I take it to, they sign it, I take it back when I deliver the tags. Much more efficient way.
And then we're getting all of them
Accounted for.
what I'd like to do is cut off those dumpsters, because I don't understand at all why we're doing that. And
Yeah,
people, I don't
it's-
think we're serving anybody
No,
either. So,
No, we're not getting any revenue from them.
no, it's
And maybe that's what they was meant to be at one time, but I can't recall, since I've been commissioner, this is news to me. I didn't know we had them like that, so.
Well, I really don't think anybody
I
did.
don't think.
We didn't know that, we're just still waiting to do all this
So,
paperwork.
yeah, we need to get rid of it.
So I make a motion to terminate.
Terminate the 10 dumpsters, it's randomly
I'll
placed.
second that motion.
Yes. That'll be a big cost savings there.
Be a start.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to terminate the waste management, if there is an agreement. I don't even know that there is one. But have them come pick those dumpsters up. And get out of them. So, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right,
The next item up we have is the PCMH Board of Trustees, and that one actually slipped up on me. This is September appointment. And what I would suggest is we need to advertise it as we always do.
6 weeks?
That's what we normally do. So if everybody's okay with that.
These two appointments for the hospital trustee board is, what are the term, I mean,
4 years, I think.
is it 4 years? I didn't know they had 2 on 4 years at the same time or what?
It rotates. I think sometimes you'll have one appointment, sometimes you have two.
Okay,
And I don't know exactly what.
I didn't know what their terms was.
Thank you.
I have it on the website, but,
I mean, that's okay, I was just curious as to how to do that.
And then the next one we have is a health board resignation. I think that one of the positions. The only question, we need to advertise that one. The only question I've got on that one is it party affiliated?
yes, I believe so.
Okay,
It
and
is.
is he a Democrat?
Yes.
Okay. So when that's advertised, you need to advertise as a Democrat.
What are the qualifications for, or is there a qualification for that, Tara?
Yeah. I can double check, but to my knowledge, we have fulfilled all of the requirements from the talks where they just changed those July 1st. So this one should, I think this will be open to anybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the,
I think there's a certain amount have to be health related.
Correct.
And I
Yeah.
think maybe
Yes.
the positions, if you can get them to
Yeah.
serve.
Yes,
And
and
I think we
Ps are
have
open
that
as well.
If you look at our website on the board appointment,
It's on there.
it's on there. It
Yeah.
says
Okay.
underneath there.
Yeah. You put
And I-
that up there for me last time. Yeah, thank you.
And I have to say, I mean, the makeup of that board is a lot of health professionals, which is good. For current habits.
Are you guys gonna advertise that one for 6 weeks as well?
yes.
Yeah. So, but with the caveat, it needs to be a Democrat.
So both of them, where it looks to be November 4th meeting,
Mhm.
maybe 6 weeks, so.
With that said, we're done. Next meeting? Yeah, I saw that too, and I was gonna, but I forgot. Next meeting is Monday, October 3rd, 2024 at 9 a.m. Still, in this
Will
room.
that still be here?
Yes. Early voting does start that. So I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
A second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.